a very important concept, that is functional groups. You all learned in 11th standard, but I will just insist on this functional groups. Okay, first one, alcohol. First one, OH means an alcohol. But this same OH in inorganic, it is called as hydroxide. In inorganic, it is called as hydroxide. For example, sodium hydroxide. Because the property of hydroxide in inorganic is highly corrosive. So it is called as the hydroxide. But in alcohol, it is not corrosive, but maybe toxic, but not corrosive. Okay. Secondly, ROR, ether. When you have the oxygen in the middle, it is called as ether. So, okay. Third one, RCOR, ketone. CO means ketone. But in books, it will be written like this. Okay, don't go for any double bond. First of all, you learn the simplest formula. Then you can go for the complicated formula. When you go for the complicated formula, directly means you have to suffer in learning organic formulas. So I don't insist to go for double bond like this. You first learn the basic. Ketone means CO, it will be in the middle. Then fourth one, RCOOR. What is this? It is called as ester. RCOOR, ester. Here also there will be double bond in your book. I just told you, avoid it. We'll see it later on. I am going to tell you, but not now. Then, fifth one, RCOOH. This is called as carboxylic acid. What is the difference between carboxylic acid and inorganic acid? Inorganic acid like this are highly dangerous. They corrosive. But what about carboxylic acid? They are not like that. Because you are taking lime juice, you are taking tamarind, all are carboxylic acid. So they have the sour taste, but to our limit. It will not disturb our digestion system. It will have its own limit. Okay, that is secondary part. This is carboxylic acid. Okay. Then sixth one, RCOCl. This is we can tell simply like this, acid chlorides. This is called as acid chloride. Why it is called as acid chloride? Because it is created from acid. We will see it in reaction. These compounds are prepared from acid, so they are called as acid chloride. That's all. You should not tell chlorides, because chlorides are entirely different. RCl, I'll tell you later. Next one, RCONH2, amide. CONH2 means you should think about amide. That is amide. Okay. CHO, aldehyde. You see, this is aldehyde. But in aldehyde, they write like this. Okay, don't go for that one. I told you already. Don't go for any double bond, etc. It will confuse you. I'll tell you later about this. Okay, leave this one. CHO means aldehyde. That's all. You be very careful about that one. Then 9th one, RCO, RCO. See, RCO and again RCO with O. This is called as acid anhydride. This is called as acid anhydride. Why it is called as acid anhydride? Because it is obtained from acid like this. You see, I am writing to acid and removing one water. That's all. I am just writing to acids and removing one water. So it is called as acid anhydride. Okay. Next one, 10th one, RCOO with a Ca. It is called as calcium salt. It is called as calcium salt. It is also a part of ester. It is also a part of ester. Name will be allied with ester. So it is called as calcium acetate ester. Okay. Next one. Next one. RCl. This is acid chloride. But when I write RCl, you should tell as chloride. That's all. This is chloride. This is acid chloride. Don't confuse. Next one. NO2. NO2 means nitro compounds. Just learn like this. Nitro means NO2. That's all. Next one. NH2 means NH2. It is called amine. You see the difference? CONH2 means amide. NH2 means amines. Be very careful. Next one. RONA. Sodium salt. It is not ether. It is not ether because it consists of a metal. Because it contains a metal, it will not have ether character. So it is called as sodium salt. Next one. RCN. Cyanide. Nitriles. Any name you can use as per book. You see that, be careful, it is not nitrite, nitrile, ILE. This is called as nitrile. So these are the major functional groups regarding the organic chemistry. Alcohol, ether, ketone, ester, acids chloride, amines, aldehyde, anhydride, calcium salt, chloride, nitro, amine, sodium salt, cyanide. But in the book, they will write like this. I also can write like this, but it's not necessary for time being, so that you can avoid. So, okay. Next one. We are going to see how to write the individual names for each compound. We are going to see the individual formula for each compound. First, I am going to select RCO type. You see, RCO type. I am going to select this RCO type. What are the compounds like this? 1 aldehyde, acid, amide, acid chloride, ketone, anhydride, ester, calcium salt. I am just again I am repeating. First I am going to select RCO type. Aldehyde, acids, amide, acid chloride, ketones, anhydride, ester, calcium salt. In this you can ask a doubt. Sir, here we don't have RCO. But why are selecting this as a category belonging to RCO? It is actually RCO type. You see, I am writing like this. Actually, it is RCO type, but for our convenience, you are writing like this. That's all. But you cannot write this formula like this. This is wrong. You may ask me, sir, why can't you write RCOH? No, you should not write like this. Why? It looks like an alcohol, not as an aldehyde. So, while writing the aldehyde, you should write like RCHO, but it contains CO group. So, okay. Now, I am going to tell a very important. What? The RCO category mainly falls into 3 types. Mainly 3 types. One, this one. Secondly, this one. Thirdly, this one. You see, this one. Now, I will just ask one question. In 11th standard, they will tell you this compound as methyl chloride. Methyl chloride. You all know. Methyl means Ca3, chloride means Cl. That's also very easy. And also, this they will call as methyl bromide. This they will call as methyl alcohol. So, what will be in your mind as a student? CH3 means methyl. Okay. Then, when you write like this, they won't say methyl acid. You can ask that doubt. Why it is not methyl acid? It is called as acetic acid. This is very basic thing. If you know all this basic thing, you can clear the organic chemistry. This is methyl, but this is not methyl, even though it contains CH3. This is, I am going to insist here. I am going to tell about all this here. Okay. This we can now remove this one. RCO means generally they are called as carbonyl compounds. Carbonyl means R is adjacent to or related with CO. Okay. If the R is replaced by H, then the compound you should pronounce like this form. You should pronounce, of course, this is not a compound. These are not compounds, they are only a starting material. It is incomplete, it is not complete. But what I am telling is, when a compound starts with HCO means you should start your name as form. That is why I am just insisting. Then, CH3 means methyl, but CH3 is attached to CO means it is called as acid. The compound you should name as acid. Third one, this is phenyl. I already told you this is phenyl. But when phenyl group is attached to CO, you should start your name as benz, not benzyne. You be careful, not benzyne. You should start your name is benz or benzo. Be careful. This is very simple. Form acid benz. This is very important regarding the naming of the organic chemistry. When you know all this will be very easy. I can tell you very quickly. For example, you take this one. This is aldehyde. We already learnt as aldehyde. Okay, what this formula will be? First I write all the major formula. First I write the major formula. There are also other aldehyde. There we can go into the book. Okay, we will see later on like that. Now you see the first three. How will you name this? Sir, this is aldehyde. When you start with H, with the CO, it is called formaldehyde. There, formaldehyde, that's all. Then CH3 with CO means acetaldehyde. Don't tell methylaldehyde. This is acetaldehyde. This is benzaldehyde. That's all. Formaldehyde, acetaldehyde, benzaldehyde. Okay, next one. I am choosing this functional groups. I am writing as usually 3 compounds. Same 3 compounds. Like this. Now you can name yourself. Very easy. How will you name? Sir, this is formic acid, acetic acid, benzoic acid. Why it is called as acetic acid? Why it is not called as methyl acid? Because it is in a carbonyl compound. Carbonyl compound should be named as acid. That's why it is called as acetic acid. This is called benzoic acid. Okay, next one. Amide. Same thing. Without writing, you will tell all this. What will be? Formamide, acetamide, benzamide. Like this. Formamide, acetamide, benzamide. That's all. Form acid-benz. Next one. Next one, RCOCl. The general name is acid chloride. Okay, what are the common 3 acid chloride? Formal chloride, acetyl chloride, third one, this one. Okay. This is formal chloride. This is acetyl chloride. When you pronounce, there will be some difficult. There will be some problem. What's the problem? For this formal chloride, for this acetyl chloride, when you pronounce on the same slag, on the same style, this you will call as benzyl chloride. That is the nature of the student. What you call? Formal chloride, acetyl chloride, benzyl chloride. But it's wrong. This is wrong. How it is wrong? The chemist, they accept this formal chloride, this acetyl chloride, but this formula you cannot say as benzyl chloride. You cannot say benzyl chloride. Why? You see, I am writing one more formula. I am writing one more formula. This is already named as benzyl. This group is already named as benzyl. So, this is benzyl chloride. When this is benzyl chloride, of course, they don't want to change this name. So, they change this name. How do they change? Slight letter difference. How do they change? By just putting one O. That's all. Slight difference. You see, the compound is named as benzoyl chloride. Benzoyl chloride. So, this is benzoyl chloride, this is benzyl chloride. Then what about this? What about this formula? This is phenyl chloride or chlorobenzene. You can name any name, or chlorobenzene. You see the difference? You see the difference between these three. This is it's very simple, but it should be very careful. This is benzoyl, this is benzyl, benzoyl, benzyl, phenyl. That's all. If you are very careful, there is no doubt. Without knowing all this perfectly, please don't enter into organic reaction. Then next one, I am going to the next one, anhydride. Next one is anhydride. Don't write like this. Don't write the anhydride like this. Of course, write, but it is a complicated. Okay. What are the anhydrides possibly are there? Formic anhydride, acidic anhydride, benzoic anhydride. But in our level, this is not in your book. Okay, you can reject. This is in your book. But be careful, you should write like this, acidic anhydride. Don't write like this. Don't write like this. This is common word. This is acidic. Why it is called as acidic? Because of the acidic group. Acidic group means acidic. But this is also, not in your book, but it is given in like this. Like this. Mixture of CH3 and CH5. This is also anhydride. This is also anhydride. Okay, anhydride is over. Next to one, ketone. Next to one, ketone. So, okay, in ketone, this is one formula. This is one formula. And this is one formula. So, okay. How do they name this compound? Because of CH3CO, they call it acid. Because of the presence of CH3CO. And because of a keto group, they called as warm ketone. So totally the name of the compound is acetone. Acetone. Okay. Secondly, how will you name this compound? Because of this, you call as acid. Because of this group, you call phene. Phene means phenyl. Phene means phenyl. And because of the keto group, you are complete as warm. You see how the clarification regarding the names. Acetone means CH3. Phene means phenyl. Warm means ketone. Then what about this? I already told you, benzo. The group is called as benzo. So, you write benzo and this is phenyl. This is not benz. So, phene. Then, as usually, warm. So, it is called as benzophenone. Of course, there is an ordinary name which is not in your book. What is the ordinary name? Methylphenyl ketone. Methylphenyl ketone. Diphenyl ketone. Of course, there are names like this, but it's not in your book. Then I'll write one more formula. You see, 4 carbon with a ketone, that's all butanone. It is called as butanone. Then 5 carbon. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carbon. 5 carbon means pent. Second one, so it called as 2 warm. Third one, so it is called as 3 warm. What about here? I am writing only the skeleton form. What will be the hydrogen here? You can tell me. Sir, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. That's all. Here CH3, middle means CH2, CH2, CH3. Moreover, the keto group will be in the middle. The aldehyde group will be in the end. So, okay, this is ketone. Next one. Ester. Ester means you should be careful. You should be very careful. Why? I'll tell you. What is the first complication in ester? Here I am just writing as here I am writing like ester, but while naming the compound, the name ends with 8. There will be no ester in the name. Okay. Secondly, main problem is while naming the ester, you should name this first and this is second. This is very important in naming the ester. First, I told you that the name should be end with ester, that is 8. Secondly, you should name the final R and then only you should write the front one. It is an interchange. Many have many doubts. Sir, how to write? I don't know, sir. I'll tell you. You see, as usually, I am writing the three formulas. I am writing the three formulas. These are very basic. Form, acid, very important. Okay. This is form. What about this? Ester. How should we name? J. That's all. For day. Form is H. Yet means ester. What about this? Sir, acid. Because of the Ca3CO group, but because of the ester, yet. That's all. Yet means ester. Don't forget. Yet means ester. Third one, benzoate. That's all. But this is incomplete. This is not complete. Okay, I'll write now. You see, I'll write the formula. How will you name this ester? How will you name this ester? Very simple. First, you take this one, like this, ethyl. You all know this is ethyl. Then, you tell this one, acetate. You see, ethyl acetate. Secondly, you can write any formula. So, what is this named as? Phenyl acetate. What about this one? Sodium acetate. Sodium acetate. Okay, next one. This formula. Methyl acetate. The name methyl is due to this CH3, not due to this CH3. This CH3 goes for acetate and this CH3 is meant for methyl. So, this is methyl acetate. In some book, they are writing the ester like this. I don't like this. How do they write? You see, this formula is written like this. You see, actually it doesn't look like ester. Then what you have to do? You have to by heart. This looks like a ether, this looks like a ketone, but what will they say? It is an ester because Ca3CO. So, be careful, don't practice this kind of formulas for ester. Okay, this is for acetate. Similarly for benzoate, same thing for benzoate, that's all. You see, like this. That's all. I can skip off quickly. You can understand. Ethyl benzoate, phenyl benzoate, sodium benzoate, methyl benzoate. So, this is how you should name the ester. In ester, be careful. First one, the ate is meant for ester. Secondly, you should reverse while naming the compound. Reverse. First this one, second this one. Okay. Ester is over. Next to one, calcium salt. In chemistry book, regarding the chapters, you don't have such formula, but in question, there is a formula. In the book, we don't have this formula, but it is in the questions. So, we have to learn. Okay, very simple. Already learned the general formula. It is called as calcium salt. I'll tell you. See, very simple. What will be named for this? Sir, very easy. Calcium formate. Because it is in the ester form. So, calcium formate. Okay. What about this? Calcium acetate. Then third one, calcium benzoate. Calcium formate, calcium acetate, calcium benzoate, that's all. But in these calcium salt, don't forget you'll be having 2 oxygens. You'll be having 2 oxygens. That you should be very careful. So, okay, calcium salt are over. Next one, alcohol. Alcohols. When you go for alcohol means there is no more form acid bench. Okay. No more form acid bench. Okay. Because you don't have RCO. You don't have RCO. Okay. How will you name this one? This is very easy. So, I will finish off very quickly. How will you finish? Sir, this is methyl alcohol. This is ethyl alcohol. This is very easy. Because I already mentioned about methyl ethyl. When I tell about propyl, I have to insist 2 propyl. One is N-propyl alcohol. N-propyl alcohol. Then this one, isopropyl alcohol. While writing the isopropyl, I'll be very, very careful regarding this one. You should have only one H. That is very important. So, okay. Next one, butyl. Butyl means 4 butyl alcohols. You see, we are having 4 types of butyl alcohols. This one first. This one second. This one third. This one fourth one. These 2 from straight chain. These 2 from branch chain. Okay. What is the name for this? N-butyl alcohol. Secondary butyl alcohol. This is isobutyl alcohol. This is tertiary butyl alcohol. But I have written only the skeleton form. You can write with hydrogen, but you should also write with hydrogen. If you write like this, it's a wrong. You all know. Okay, I will tell you. CH3, CH2, 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 OH. When you go for here, CH3, CH, CH2, CH3. What about this? CH3, CH, CH2, CH3. What about this? CH3, 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 no H. There is no H over here. Be careful. Okay. Butyl is over. Next one. Next one. This one. This one. C6H5OH. But if you want, you can write like this. Both are correct. Both are correct. The chemistry, they want to name this formula as phenyl alcohol because this belongs to phenyl group, this belongs to alcohol group. So they like to name as phenyl alcohol. But by seeing the property, they confirmed that the name alcohol should not be mentioned here. Why? All alcohols will have toxic property. All alcohols will have toxic property. But this compound is having a corrosive nature. Moreover, it is indirectly a danger compound. When you touch your hand, it will be corrosive. So they came to know that this OH doesn't have any alcohol property. Why? Because the OH is directly attached to the benzene ring. So what do they decide? They want to change the name. But they don't want to change completely. Slightly they change the name. That is very good. What they have done is, I like it. What they have done, you see, they removed this one. They removed these letters and merged this letter to form phenol. This is okay. Phen means phenyl group, OL means OH group, not alcohol. OL means OH group. So this is phenol. Next one, this formula. Or I can write like this. Both are same. They came to know that this compound has alcoholic property. How it can have alcohol property? Because the OH group is not directly attached to the benzene ring. Since it is not attached directly to the benzene ring, it is not having a phenolic property. Instead, it is having an alcohol property. So they named the compound as benzyl alcohol. You see, they named as benzyl alcohol. This group is benzyl, you know that. So they are benzyl alcohol. So okay. Next one. Next one. This formula. This is called glycol. That's all. Glycol. But somebody may say ethylene glycol. Both are correct. But while writing the formula, be careful. Don't write like this. Don't write like this. This is wrong. Why? The bond is between carbon to carbon, not between anything. So, see to that writing the bond between carbon to carbon. Okay, next one, this formula. CH2OH, CH2OH, CH2OH. You see here? Because it is in the middle. Any carbon with the additional group will have CH. So you should be very careful. Okay, what is the name for this? Glycerol or glycerin, any name. Because I don't insist on IUPAC name. Because first you learn the common name, then you can go for IUPAC name. First you learn, oh, this formula means glycol, this formula means glycerol. And then practice to write perfectly CH. That is also very important. Perfectly you should write. Okay. Next to one, ether. Next we are going for ether. These are all very easy. When you see once you can learn. How? First you should learn this one. Second this one, third one you should mention as ether, that's all. For example, what is compound named as dimethyl ether? Okay, this one, diethyl ether, that's all. Ethyl means diethyl ether. Then third one, sir, if you have like this, what will name? Ethyl methyl ether. But you see, these two are some different from ethers. These two compounds are slightly different from ethers. What difference? You can name like this: methyl phenyl ether as per alphabet, ethyl phenyl ether, but they are given entirely a different name. So be careful. Anisole, phenetol. They are given entirely a different name. Anisole means methyl phenyl ether. Phenetol means ethyl phenyl ether. Okay. Next to one, you see like this. Or when you see like this, don't be afraid. Slightly just think about this. That's all. What about the name of this formula? Methyl N-propyl ether. Why it is called N-propyl? Because all the carbons they are staying attached to the oxygen. So this is called methyl N-propyl ether. What about this? You see, the ether is attached to the middle carbon. So the ether is attached to the middle carbon. So it is called as methyl isopropyl ether. This is methyl N-propyl ether. This is methyl isopropyl ether. That's all. Slightly, if you go through, you can understand everything. You see this formula like this. You see the formula like this. Now you can understand. What is this? You will tell, sir, it's very easy, sir. Isopropyl alcohol. Like this. I am writing, I am changing like this. That's all. Both are same. Then what will you name? Methyl isop. This group is called isopropyl. So it is as isopropyl. When you understand this group, you will automatically understand the names also. When you understand this group, you can understand the names of these compounds. You see, this is N-propyl, which is unstable. Just I am writing it bond. This is isopropyl. When you add any group to this one, it is called N-propyl. When you add any group to this one, it is called isopropyl. That's all. Okay. Next one, your ether is over. Next one, you are going to see amines. You see amines. Very easy. When you write methyl, methylamine. When you write ethyl, you will call as ethylamine. When you write phenyl, it is called phenylamine. But be careful, since it is used in the industry, they change the name as aniline. Be careful, aniline means phenylamine. So these are things you have to bear, no other way. You have to bear. Aniline means it belongs to amine, but phenylamine. Then what about this compound? This is easy. Why? You know this as benzyl group. So the name of the compound is benzylamine. This is very easy. Benzyl group means benzylamine. That's all. Okay, amines over. Next one, nitro compounds. What is the speciality in nitro compounds? You should name like this. First one, second one. That too is the parent name. That we should name it a parent compound. That's all. I'll tell you, nothing, very easy. You see, we like to say this methyl nitro because this group is methyl nitro. But no, it's wrong. How to name this? Nitromethane. You see, the parent for this compound is methane. Why this is called a parent compound? Because you remove H from here and changes into a NO2. So this is a methane. So it is called as nitromethane. And this is nitroethane. That's all. Very easy. And this is nitrobenzene. The parent compound for this is benzene. So the compound name is nitrobenzene. Next to one, RCl. These are all very easy. I will finish it quickly. All this. Methyl chloride. You know this. Ethyl chloride. Then what about this? This formula. You can tell two names. Phenyl chloride or chlorobenzene. Phenyl chloride or chlorobenzene. Then what about this formula? Benzyl chloride. I already told you when I teach about benzoyl. So this is called as benzyl chloride. This is phenyl chloride. Be careful. Don't tell this as benzyl. This is phenyl chloride. But when you write the reverse name is chlorobenzene. When you write reverse, it is called as chlorobenzene. Then this one. I told you, sodium salt. How to name this? First this one, second this one, and third this one. You see, I am writing it very easy. How will you name this compound? So first this one, sodium, second this one. Don't write complete name. You remove YL. So meth. Meth means methyl, you all know. Then this one is not ether. You should name it as oxide. You see the compound? Sodium, meth, oxide. That's all. When you learn one compound, this will be applicable for all one. For this one, you will tell without my expectation. Sodium ethoxide because of ethyl. Then what about this one? Sir, very easy, sir. Sodium phenoxide. This is called as sodium phenoxide. That's all. Then we are coming to the last one of the naming of the compounds. We are coming to the last one. Cyanide. That's all. Basic, very easy. See, methyl cyanide. Or you can name like this. Methanol nitride. When you call this nitride, you should call it as methanol nitride because it is from methane. Then so on, so on. But there is other name, methyl cyanide. And what about this? Ethyl cyanide. What about this? Phenyl cyanide. So methyl cyanide, ethyl cyanide, phenyl cyanide. First, while learning, don't give importance for triple bond. Later on, you can go for triple bond. In the starting, when you are just concentrating on triple bond, then you will miss the name of the compound, all the technical names of the compound. So first I warn you, don't go for double bond, don't go for triple bond, don't write any compound in the complicated formula. You see, I'll tell you an example for this. I used to write acetic anhydride like this. You see, acetic anhydride like this. Very simple. When first time or second time or third time you learn. But in your book, it is given like this. You see, the formula is given like this. This is not necessary. That's why I am insisting again and again and again. We will be going on concentrating over the double bond and the single bond like this. Means you have to be very careful. But this is, you can learn casually. Secondly, in organic chemistry, many are not able to score good mark. Means, what is behind this? You see, Rossmann reduction. For sample, I am telling one, Rossmann reduction. The Rossmann reduction is given like this in your book. When you see your book, this is how it is written. So, what will you do? You will follow the same pattern to learn just one single reaction, Rossmann reduction. But I will teach later on the same Rossmann reduction in different way. How will I teach? You all know. You see, very simple. You write this formula like this. That's all. That's all. Very easy. How will you learn? You need not write, you need not practice. How will you learn? Sir, Rossmann reduction means acetyl chloride to acetaldehyde. That's all. You can tell like this. When a compound converted into acetyl chloramine to acetaldehyde, it is Rossmann reaction. So, this is how you should know the formulas regarding the organic chemistry. In the next class, we are going to teach about common reaction. Very important. Before learning this common reaction, please don't enter into the organic chemistry reaction. So, next class, we are going to see the common reaction. Okay, thank you.